Hello dear students, I am Prabhat Dubey, your biology teacher, and if you are able to recall, we were discussing the meristematic tissues in your second chapter of tissues, and we have seen what is the specific modification of these tissues, how they involve in cell division, how they help in prolongation of the shoot and root. If you are not able to understand what is denoted by root and shoot, I will make it clear. The plant of the any animal, any that is found in your vicinity, any plant or any tree, the part of that plant or tree that is above the ground, that is called shoot, and the part of the plant that is beneath the earth, that is called root. Root is clear to you all, but shoot may be a new term to some students. So you have to make proper note of this, and this meristematic tissue plays important role in the increased size and the growth and development of the plant and tree is entirely credited to this meristematic tissue. As you know that there are different types of growth and development in different parts of the plant or tree. In some parts the growth is very fast and in some parts the growth is slightly slower. This is as per the need of the plant. So the meristematic tissue's position here, an example is there. The positioning of meristem in different parts of the plant is clearly depicted over here. The apical meristem, as the term makes it clear, apical means the meristematic tissue that is found on the top of root and shoot. The topmost position of the shoot, there is presence of apical meristem, and the lowermost tip of the root, because root goes beneath the earth, you will find the root below the land surface. So the slightly thinner appearance is there. It is not very easy to find the apical meristem in the root because it goes deep in the earth. So a scientific mindset is needed. If you want to study the apical meristem in root and shoot, try to find a small plant and go deeper in the earth and try to just extract the entire root structure. Then you will be able to notice the thread-like last apical meristem in the root. So we will study this and we will try to know what is the relevance of each meristematic tissue in life cycle of plant and trees. So the students who are new, who are joining the classes after the holidays, I have covered the first chapter, that is cell, and students have prepared the notes. So who are joining late, make note of the first chapter. If you are encountering with any problem in understanding any concept, you can get back to me on my personal contact number anytime. So classification, what is the basis of classifying the meristematic tissues in these three? Apical meristem, that is written over here, and lateral meristem. This division, this classification is based on the positioning of the meristem. What is the positioning of this meristematic tissue in the plant? This classification is entirely based on that. So the apical meristem first, the meristem that is found on the tip of the root and shoot. Its cells, what is the specific modification in the structure of these cells? In your book it is clearly mentioned that the cells are roughly spherical. They are spherical in shape, but there may be some modification in that. You will not found exactly spherical cells. Some deviation would be there. Alike and divide continuously to form the new cells. This characteristic is most important, very significant. The division in the cell is continuous. That's why very fast, rapid cell division is there, and there is rapid elongation in the apical part. You can notice it. Try to find out a small plant in your vicinity or in your home and put that plant in the open sunlight, and day by day make note of, or you can take the measurement of its length, and the topmost part of the plant you will find change in the length of that apical part day by day. But in some parts the growth will not be that much significant, but in the topmost part of the plant you will be very easily finding the growth day by day, because the cells are dividing at a very fast rate. Continuous cell division is there. The significance of this apical meristem is to elongate the length of the plant. Thus the root and stem of plant grow in length, that is the primary growth. Okay, so all these three meristems are responsible for the growth in size and shape of this plant. Some are responsible for the lateral growth, some are for elongation of the nodes, and some are making the entire plant go up, and there is elongation. As you can notice, you can take a rubber band and put some dots on the rubber band, and when you stretch the rubber band you will find that the spots move away from each other. Such type of phenomenon is also noticed in intercalary meristem. This intercalary meristem is also part of the apical meristem, but when the plant grow in size and length, the intercalary meristem gets separated from the apical meristem, and these meristems play important role in development of the nodes. Okay, so this is very important, that the intercalary meristem is part of the apical plant, but when the plant matures, grows in size and shape, it gets separated and it starts functioning as a separate meristem, that is called intercalary meristem. So first we will come to lateral meristem. As you can see its positioning in this diagram, the positioning is clear, lateral. So the responsibility of this meristematic tissues are just to divide very fast and increase the width of this plant. And intercalary and apical meristem increase the length of this plant. So the cell division is happening very fast in all types of meristems, but their role in the growth of the plant is different. Some meristem is playing important role in increasing the length, while some is playing important role in increasing the width of the plant. Okay, now we will see the specifications of this lateral meristem. These divide in tangential plane. You can notice that what type of development pattern is there. Here the development pattern is going upright, but in lateral meristem tangential growth is there. Okay, example, what type of example is there where you will notice the lateral growth? So cambium of vascular bundle. I think all of you are able to understand what is vascular bundle. First you need to know what is vascular system. The vascular system plays important role in supply of the minerals, nutrients and water to the cells of animal and plant body. In human beings there is presence of blood vascular system. Blood in plants there are xylem and phloem who are responsible for the supply of food and water to the different cells of the plant. Okay, so I think this concept is clear to all of you. So you can found lateral meristem in cork and cork cambium of vascular bundles. We will study this in detail when we will study the permanent tissues. This causes thickening of stem and root. This is the basic principle of presence of lateral meristem. What is the such type of questions can be asked in MCQs as well. You will be given a growth pattern in the plant like thickening of stem and root. What type of meristematic tissue is responsible for this type of growth? So you have to answer. If you are aware of what type of meristematic tissue is responsible for what type of growth in the plant, then only you will be able to answer this question. Okay. The last one is intercalary meristem. Now we will discuss this point. Intercalary meristem, as we discussed, it is a part of the apical meristem, but during the process of growth and development it gets separated and it plays different. The role is same but positioning is different. It is not found in the apical part. It can also be asked to you, what type of meristematic tissue is found at the summit, peak, or the highest part of the plant? So you have to know that apical. Apical is coming from apex, and apex means the topmost point. Like Mount Everest is the top point of Himalaya. That is peak, apex. Okay. It is also mentioned in your book that it is a part of the apical meristem which is separated from the apex during the growth. Okay. It is found at the base of the leaves or internodes. This positioning of intercalary meristem should be clear to you. It is found in the nodes where the buds are there. In some plants, vegetative propagation is there. That happens through the presence of the nodes that is found in the different types of plants like sugarcane. In sugarcane, vegetative propagation is there. The farmers cut a single node where a bud is present, and that is placed in the ground and covered by soil, and after proper irrigation the bud develop and it give birth to a new plant. Such type of propagation is called vegetative. It has been taught to you in your earlier science classes like 8th or 7th. So when the leaf is attached to the plant, now go and find out the attachment of the leaf. You will find that the point where the leaf is attached to the stem, there is slightly swollen structure. That structure will signify you the presence of intercalary meristem, because fast division is required in that part. You can notice the development of leaf. Go and find out a small leaf in any plant, and you will notice that after a single day you will find rapid growth and cell division in that part, while the other part of the plant will not grow with that speed. So in some part, this is the basic difference that is present in animal and plant body. In animal body the growth is uniform, while in plants growth is not uniform. As we discussed in our earlier classes, that in some parts of the plant growth is rapid, in some plant the growth is slow in comparison, and in some parts the growth is stagnant. There is no cell division, only permanent tissues are found in that part of the plant. Okay, so I think this is clear to all of you. What is the position of intercalary meristem and what is the position of lateral meristem? Students generally get confused in lateral and intercalary. So the name in itself clarifies. Lateral shows its positioning, intercalary means on the nodes and on the base of the leaves. So the basic function of intercalary meristem is to increase the length of the organ. Where it is found, its duty is just to increase the length. Okay. So I think meristematic tissue is clear to all of you. There are different types of diagrams in your books where there is a sectional analysis of the stem apex and root tip. The cells that are found in the root tip and shoot tip is clearly depicted over here. So you can notice, make a clear diagram in your copy and send it to me on my WhatsApp number. And figure number 2.3, there is LS, longitudinal section, where stem tip is shown. Longitudinal and transverse section, I think this is clear to all of you. If anyone is having any problem, then get back to me, or you have to answer. I will ask in the next class. So go and study and find out what is longitudinal and what is transverse section and what is the utility of this type of sections in understanding the biological concept and biological structures. one more diagram is there, that is transverse section of the growth tip of root. If you want to study the structure of any specific part of the plant, the transverse and longitudinal, TS and LS, both the sections are very important. When you cut the part of the plant in transverse section, the positioning of the cells, tissues, their structures are different. And when you cut in longitudinal section, there will be a different view. Both the sections are very important for understanding the complex modifications and structure of plant and animal tissue. So we will discuss the next part of this chapter in our next lecture. So be prepared. Permanent tissue, I will discuss it in the coming lecture tomorrow. Okay, thanks.